the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Denver Nuggets as they go up against the Dallas Mavericks. And guys, for the Mavericks, with a win here today, they'll stake a claim to the second best record in the NBA. That tells you all you need to know about the year they're having. Two great backcourts going head-to-head tonight. Kenny, your thoughts on how the guard position has evolved over time? And make it quick.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court. Welcome to the Pepsi Center in Denver, bringing you another. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kev.
He is a legend. Thank you, D.A. Clark, these two teams have been rolling. The excitement, the energy around this one could be a game to remember.
Well, you know, these are the games that we mark on the calendar. Very much look forward to these types of matchups, and I'm expecting high-caliber, high-level basketball tonight.
Fans will be in this one for sure. Win the tip. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. The 4 is Barnes with Jordan as the 5. Smith is out there with Primetime, and it's Doncic in at the 3 slot. 6 to shoot. Thomas passes to Harris. Tries from 16. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the layup. Harris has got the first points on the scoreboard for the Nuggets.
Harris is putting into crashing the offensive glass. Good timing by Gary that time.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Jokic.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
All free throws good from Ray.
And, you know, we've seen what Rick Carlisle can do on the court. He's a former coach of the year in the league and led the Mavs to a championship back in 2011. But his off-the-court talent are also very impressive.
Jokic, Mavericks with the rebound. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, fortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
Back to Harris. Rejected by Ray. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. Here's Jokic.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
Thomas down low. Covered by Smith. And the basket is good. Got to go through on the contact. So a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a 3-point play. And Isaiah Thomas always line up at point guard, Clark, but it's a far cry to call him a traditional point guard.
Yeah, I would say that would be the case, Kevin. I agree with you. I mean, he is more score-centric than pass-centric. And that's fine. In this day and age, a lot of point guards are that way. He's an excellent passer. When he has the ball, he's first looking to score. He passes off his scoring ability. That's not always the easiest approach to integrate into an offense, but I'd rather have him than not in most cases.
Read the pass to Smith. Barnes kicks to Doncic. Smith on the wing. Over Harris. And that one hits back out. For Denver, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Back to Porter. He kicks to Harris. Denver passing it around. Thomas outside. A shot, no good. Excellent defense there from Smith. Lays it up off the glass. Smith's got his first points of the game.
I like how Smith goes right at the defense. Actually, I love his attack mentality. He's not shy about shooting it inside.
Thomas, it's a wide open look. Off target from outside. The Mavericks leading. Here's Smith, who provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And Doncic gets it to go. Denver's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Bounce pass, Thomas. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Drills it from outside. Harris has got 5 now.
He's really a dangerous perimeter shooter. Harris is great at cashing in from this spot on the floor. That's how you move basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Over to the wing. Here's Thomas. Another shot. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, most of the great scorers do this. I mean, little up fake, the defender overcommits or gets off balance, and Thomas takes advantage.
Both shots good from the stripe.
You know, you don't get to flourish like IT does without being very creative. Always finds angle to get a shot up, even when defended well. You do what you have to do at his size to finish a drive. And he's one of the best small guys in the league in finishing. Well, that's a devastating miss there. You got to convert on these easy layups deep inside.
No good from Ray. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Denver. Pass to Harris. He feeds it to Thomas. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. He has something. And Isaiah Thomas is so great, Clark, get that floating shot over the help defender.
Well, at his size, you've got to have that in your bag. I mean, he just knows how to get that shot off and feel where it needs to be lifted from. Does the same thing with his passing out of traffic, and I think it's just his IQ and understanding. He's really one of the most exciting players in the league.
Harris finds Thomas. Pass to Jokic. A 3-ball. That's good from Thomas on the assist by Jokic. Thomas got 10 points.
He's been turned up this quarter, showing a lot of confidence and sinking a lot of his shots.
Smith the pass to Ray. Back to Smith to stop the run. Bangs home the trifecta.
Yeah, I like seeing Smith catching fire. I mean, he's really good at getting in the lane off the dribble, but he's catching fire. That's even better.
Smith against Thomas. On the pass to Jokic. Kicks to Porter. Now, here's Thomas. Just 4 to shoot. Harris inside the line. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. And for a look at how the competition competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. You look at the Nuggets. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And I think for the Mavericks, they've taken this ride all the way down the stretch. Few people thought they could maintain this astonishing display of dominance.
Fades and shoots. The shot's good from Ray. And that'll tie this game up.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Jokic kicks to Thomas. Teardrop shot. He can't get that one. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Dallas.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
And Greg, the foul trouble was a big chunk of it. I mean, it's hard to mount a comeback when all your key guys, your main players, are watching from the bench.
This is it to Jokic. Left side, Porter. Shoots over Doncic. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Greg, with Michael Porter combining the length, athleticism, and scoring ability, he's a rare crossover.
I mean, in high school, he was the #1 prospect on a lot of people's list. Had the back injury in his only year of college, but everyone knew what he could do when given the chance.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Trey Lyles checked in for Millsap. Malik Beasley comes in for Gary Harris. And Barton sub in for Thomas. Denver's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. On the wing, Porter. Back to Beasley. And stolen by Nowitzki. Matthews goes in. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
And he gets the bucket. Jokic just got his first bucket in this one.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Yeah, it's been a seesaw battle. Right now, I mean, as soon as one team grabs the lead, the other grabs it right back.
Outside Matthews. Dallas moving it around. It's good. That's now 8 points for prime time.
And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
Barton kicks to Beasley. Takes a 3. Another 3 for Denver.
Very respectable perimeter game Will Barton has. Fully capable of connecting from there.
The pass to Measuring. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Measuring finds Smith. Here's prime time, or by Beasley. 5 on the clock. Here's Ray. Down it goes. That's 4 made from the field. He's 4 of 8. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Denver Nuggets. Outside Porter. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that first one. And Michael Porter, he has the natural attributes of an elite scorer.
He's got incredibly deep range. You can see that all the way back in high school. Almost automatic for mid-range. And as he adds strength, he'll become a force inside as well.
On Gomez, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. Mavericks also with a sub. Correa's checked in to the paint. And again it will fall. That's good there from Ray. Prime time's got 12.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. Take a look at the Mavericks. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, there's the Nuggets, just a few spots below there.
And when I look at Denver, so much has gone right for them this season. They needed some breaks to go their way, and it feels like they've gotten them all. Now they're poised for success in the playoffs.
They look to be a dangerous team. I wouldn't have thought that a few months ago, but now I'm a believer.
Hands up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Mavericks trail by 3.
see Matthews get involved inside, showing a nice touch around the basket.
Correa against Barton. Pass to Beasley. Here's Hernan Gomez. 5 to shoot. Here's Beasley. Measuring with the rebound.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Correa finds Mesri. Here's Primetime. 32 points for him last game against San Antonio.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game.
That's to Porter. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Porter's got 6.
Leaving folks open around Barton is a no-no. He'll torch you whenever you do that.
Lay the pass to Correa. The dish to Nowitzki. And a miss there on the triple. Denver's on 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Barton, no one.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And there's the basket. Good from Ray.
I mean, there's no stopping him right now. I mean, he's locked in this quarter. His defense has to get the ball out of his hand.
Beasley kicks to Hernan Gomez. The pass to Lyles. Back to Beasley. The rebound by Ray.
Oh, you got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Can't take the reach and length of Barton lightly. Effective at using it to snuff out shots.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Mavericks lead by 2. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver. We're back in a moment. Isaiah Thomas has made a career out of proving his doubters wrong.
Ever since I was a little boy, Well,
no question about it, Greg. Isaiah Thomas still plays with something to prove.
Definitely what drives him. I mean, hungry to show that he's a top player regardless of size.
This has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Boy, the ferocity on the glass. Really impressive. They're not backing up at all. Not giving an inch on the boards.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Denver. They've got Thomas. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey guys, well, some have nicknamed Senator Nikola Jokic the Joker, and he does have a lighthearted approach. He said, "This is not a job. I'm enjoying the game like a game of pickup basketball in my hometown." That's the mentality. No pressure. It's just a game. He feels that staying calm to succeed. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on the roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Here's Correa. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
When he's got that kind of positioning, he's got to score it. Got to score the ball from there.
Morris finds Barton. And here is Lyles. He's coming off a 19-point game against Minnesota.
Yeah, and how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance
Let's look here at the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And the call will be against Primetime. That's his first foul. Paul Millsap is checked in for Denver. Gary Harris comes in for Malik Beasley. And Dallas also making a switch. Doncic is checked in for Matthews. Tipped away. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. The Mavericks making a change here. Barnes is checked in. Shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Free throws good, Lyle. In an effort to protect the players, games are called a little tighter sometimes. And that said, Clark, which guys still bring the physicality that draw the eyes and the attention of the officials?
Well, some of these guys bring attention to themselves by virtue of their reputation. But in terms of physical presence, Steven Adams, to me, is just a behemoth of a guy.
He's grit. He's just all grit, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he just oozes that with his size and the way he goes down and work.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws. And 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
And Wes Matthews, a player who has done a great job for us of recovering from the ruptured Achilles.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Kevin. That's not an easy injury to come back from. He had his injury in 2015, and it's been one of the best examples of full recovery from what can be a devastating career-threatening injury. Reached out to DeMarcus Cousins, and Cousins ruptured his Achilles to give him a voice of somebody who had already traveled that road.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Ray the pass to Matthews. Here's Primetime. He's guarded by Thomas. Dallas no good that time either. Denver's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Measuring with the steal. Nowitzki inside. Lyles there. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Think of all the iconic players and the shots or moves associated with it. Hard to top Dirk and his one-legged fadeaway. I mean, it's one of the most unorthodox and most effective shots. And the fact that he's a 7-footer and does it that way, unique.
Morris kicks to Jokic. And he makes good on the way. Jokic just got 4 points in the quarter.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Dirk Nowitzki still producing with that shot he made so famous. Clark has helped him stay dangerous even at this age.
You know, Kevin, for younger viewers of the NBA, it's hard for us to describe to them how good Dirk was. I mean, this guy could get off any shot he wanted. He was unorthodox and a bit quirky, but so effective. Unbelievable range for a big guy. You know, when he hangs it up, there's no question he's first ballot Hall of Fame.
Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
For Dallas, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
The Nuggets trail. Inside, here's Morris. Rejected by Ray, and he recovers it.
And you know, Nowitzki is capable of 86ing these shots now. That means rejection, using his height and wingspan to deny.
No good from Ray.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Ball's knocked loose. And he goes in for the dunk.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Morris kicks to Lyles. Here's Jokic. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
He's done a nice job, a great job actually of finding efficient shots here in the second. Shooting percentage always a function of the kinds of shots you get. And he's on a good roll after struggling a bit in the first.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Matthews spanning the floor. Back to Smith. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. And shot off. And that'll do it for the first half of the game so far. Efforts ahead, leading by a point. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Rick. What do you look?
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Really an incredible game from primetime.
Yeah, the effort and intensity from a defensive standpoint has just really been superb. Really firing up this team.
And Greg, you know, to have a really good defense, you need that rim protector back there. And this guy was an absolute beast during that half.
Here's who Rick Carlisle started the second half with. Doncic and Barnes are the forward pair. Primetime is out there with Dennis Smith, and it's Jordan in at the center position. Here's Millsap. He can't get that one to fall. And it's Dallas the other way. On the wing, Barnes. Hands it from downtown. Barnes has got the first basket of the second half. That one for Dallas. Harris with it. Now guarded by Ray. To the paint. It's taken away by Smith. Now the Mavericks putting it up. Jordan finds Barnes. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. And now a 6-point Maverick lead.
Like his mid-range game, Barnes incredibly lethal from the mid-range. When he's got room to shoot, he doesn't hesitate.
Porter passes to Jokic. Great D that time from Jordan.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
He once worked for the Indiana Pacers, Vice President, Player Relations, and really had your fingerprints on a lot of part of that organization. Could you see yourself going back to an NBA front office role?
I don't anticipate that. I love what I do as a broadcaster. I really feel as though I'm right where God wants me to be. Currently had a wonderful tenure with the Pacers, 32 years between playing, broadcasting both radio and television, and 4 years in the VP of Player Relations role. Phenomenal relationships with a number of people, but no, I think that chapter for me is in the rearview mirror.
I speak for everyone playing the game, watching the game. We're glad you're in broadcasting, I tell you that.
Thank you, partner.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, prime time in the last game against the Spurs was all business. He scored 32 points and seemed to be playing in slow motion with a huge number of assists. When you look at the stat sheet, he was mind-blowing. It's hard to imagine he can follow it up tonight with that same level of production. Kevin, we'll see.
David, appreciate the report. He was a one-man show in that game.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how much that took out of him. I mean, he'll have a hard time putting up anything even close to those numbers here tonight.
Well, Greg, you know where I'm going. He was a stat sheet stuffer in that game. Did a little bit of everything and did it all well.
Right side, Porter. The Nuggets with another miss.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Here's Barnes. Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Thomas kicks to Porter. And another miss by Denver.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
Here's Barnes. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And though some were skeptical of the contract Harrison Barnes signed, He's lived up to it. Not an elite player yet, but is emerging on a franchise caliber level and continues to improve and is strong and consistent really on both ends of the floor.
And Greg, with Barnes, beyond what he does on the floor, he does everything right off the floor.
Yeah, I mean, this organization just loves his intangibles and demeanor as a leader. Incredible work ethic that allows him to keep refining his game. Still very young and is growing into the player this team hoped he'd be.
Here's primetime, guarded by Harris. No good from Ray.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Thomas, no good. Here are the Mavericks now. They've got a 13-2 run going. Passes it to Doncic. Barnes outside. In the corner. Smith with it. Back to Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. Knocked away. And that's on a bounce. Dallas will retain possession. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Denver. The Mavericks also with a sub. J.J. Barea is checked in for Smith.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Millsap, that's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got his 3rd assist on the night.
Nice shot that time with the defender right in his mug. Millsap doing everything he can to get that shot away clean.
Ray the pass to Jordan. Now, here's Doncic. Hernangomez covering.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
The Nuggets trail by 12. Thomas with the ball. 13 points in the game. Contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And looking at Luka Doncic, incredibly mature for his age. Physically, the broad shoulders, weighing in about 230. Mentally, though, advanced understanding of how to play the game.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Martin is checked in. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Now here's Barnes. He's got 13. To the inside. Here's Jordan. And another basket for Dallas. You know, Greg, it's amazing that Doncic, at his age, could already have such a complete offensive game.
I mean, a terrific skill set. And Doncic spent plenty of time as a primary ball handler. Obviously can score in a number of ways, just a versatile threat.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
Jokic finds Thomas, and the rejection by Ray, and he recovers it, and the basket by Thomas. Now Barea, he's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Ray. They get the rebound. Here's Kleber. Here's primetime. Pass to Kleber. Shot clock at 5. They get a hand on it. Thomas with the steal. Good on the shot, and that's saved to lead to single digits. Thomas got 18 points in the game.
Well, a common thread throughout the evening, IT's ability to get his shot, and he's converting it at a high rate.
Here's Ray. Another 3 for Dallas.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Thomas kicks to Barton. Now, here's Thomas. He's guarded by Ray. Outside Millsap. Clock at 6. And stolen by Jordan. To the middle. Dallas moving it around. Here's primetime. He's guarded by Thomas. And it's It's Jordan. That time on the assist by Barnes. Yes, Jordan's got the lead up to 14 now for Dallas. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Dallas.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break games. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And, you know, for Nikola Jokic, I mean, the team is relying on him more and more now, and he's earned that kind of trust, and expectations are big every night. One thing he's got to get better at, though, is not getting down on himself when he makes mistakes. He's got to stay positive.
Trey Lyles checked in for Denver. Morris comes in for Thomas. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Matthews comes in for J.J. Barea. The Nuggets trail by 16. Morris kicks to Barton. Morris outside. Up top, Lyles. Defended by Nowitzki. Tries from 10. Lyles no good. And talking about Jokic, a fun-loving guy by nature, his teammates are trying to help him stay positive.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes he's his own worst enemy. He gets frustrated and then things start to unravel. As Coach said, I don't want him feeling like it's all on him. He can't put that kind of pressure on himself. The message to Jokic, keep it simple. Keep it plain. Don't overthink it.
Ready the pass to Jordan. That shot, no good. Good defense by Jokic. Barton finds Morris. Barton trying to get open, and he's able to get it back. And here's Matthews. He's got 6. Yep, that one goes in there. Primetime's got 39.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
Denver calls timeout. Well, Clark, some G League salaries on the rise due to two-way contracts.
Yeah, and I think some of it was a function, Kevin, of the league's prosperity and success as revenues continue to grow. But I don't think it's a handout. I mean, when these guys get called up to the NBA, they've got to continue to be ready to produce and contribute, because at the end of the day, it's about production if you're going to make your way into the NBA.
Measuring, he's checked in for Jordan. Here's Primetime, covered by Morris. There's the pass to Ray. He kicks to Nowitzki. From outside, off the mark.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Passes it to Lyles. Hernan Gomez with the ball. To Lyles. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that one. At the line, free throw is good. Lyles. Dennis Smith, he's checked in for Harrison Barnes. He's perfect from the line this time. Dallas leading by 14. Here's Primetime. He's got 39. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
And that one's good, Jokic.
You know, it's evident that Jokic is comfortable operating close to the rim. He's outstanding with his shot selection.
Here's Ray. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
And it's Lyles in the corner. And the wide open shot from Morris. Misses the 3. Dallas has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Here's Primetime. Hernan Gomez covering. Nowitzki's shot is no good.
Good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Morris Harris kicks to Barton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Wiles. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Denver Nuggets. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics.
You know, most teams might get worried at a long road schedule like this one, but they've been so good away from home. I think they might be looking forward to it. You have to respect what this team can do when they're in your building. And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
And the call will be against personal. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Millsap passes to Thomas. It's stolen by Smith. Inside, it's the talented pair of Millsap and Jokic. The guards are Thomas and Harris. And it's Porter at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for Denver. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Here's Porter. Laid in with a nice touch on the glass.
Using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
Barnes against Millsap. Kicks it to Smith. This NBA, Clark, amazing. The potential now for some players to play into their 40s. In fact, we're seeing a couple guys in their 40s playing right now and playing well.
Yeah, you know, I thought about it when we started to see this influx, Kevin, of high school players coming into the league at 19, 20, 21 with the advancement in nutrition knowledge and training methods and preservation of the body and taking care of it, that we might see more longer careers. But if you start at 21 and play 15 years, that's still only 36. So I think we're going to see some more guys in the 40s, but I still think it's going to be a small number by and large.
Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Smith's got 9 points now in just the second half. Thomas feeling it out a bit, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Near the 3-point line, it's Thomas.
I like seeing Smith use his good speed and quick hands to bother shooters, and it's always good to see young players getting after it on the defensive end.
6 to shoot. Baseline jumper. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got 8 rebounds in this game. Now here's Porter. Defense is right there. Millsap. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
And this is what happens when Millsap gets deep inside. Superb at finishing with force.
Over to the left wing. Porter with the steal. The feed now to Harris. Outside for Millsap. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Mavericks leading by 20. Doncic with it. Over in the corner, Barnes. We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change club.
Yeah, Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that, which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important that wherever we are in life, that we use our platforms to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. There are issues that are dear to you that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, and you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball.
Harris looking it over. Pass to Thomas. And here's Jokic, covered by Smith. Jokic against Jordan. Jokic finds Harris. Yep, it counts.
Carving up the defense with excellent passes like there. Jokic, a big man with great vision.
On the wing, Barnes. On the wing, Barnes. The pass to Ray. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Jokic, and so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game. Lyles checked in for Denver, and then for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Doncic.
You know, he's been off so far, Kevin, but there's still time. I mean, he just needs to settle it down, idle it down a little bit, and try to contribute as much as he can on the offense within himself.
Barnes passes to Ray. Fader on the way, and he overshot that one, missing. The Nuggets trail by 21. Down low, in the top by Lyles.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. His court awareness is really impressive.
Here's primetime, guarded by Harris. Barnes looking around. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And for Harrison Barnes, the scoring forward out of UNC, said he wants to model his game clock after Paul Pierce.
Hey, that's not a bad guy to look to model your game after, boy. Paul Pierce knew how to get it done, and he wasn't overly athletic. He knew how to play angles. He could get to his spots, and he was such a great mid-range shooter who developed into a consistent three-point set as well. So I like that comparison or that aspiration for Harrison Barnes. And, you know, by all accounts, last season was a fine debut for Dennis Smith Jr. And he handled starting point guard duties from day one and was given room to learn on the job. Wasn't always easy, but this kid has talent and showed moments where you get an idea of how special he might be.
Hands it from downtown.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Doncic passes to Ray. Up and in on the layup. Primetime's got 46 points. And for Smith last season, the goal was mostly to improve his game along with the teams.
Yep, exactly. And Dallas knew they wouldn't be competing for a lot and let Smith Jr. find himself, play through mistakes, learn on the fly. He improved his reads off pick and rolls and also showed improved vision as the season wore on. Guys at the point have to see the whole court at all times. One area, though, he's got to improve in is his defense and awareness on that end of the floor, because athleticism is there. If the awareness improves, this guy could be a demon on D.
The Nuggets trail by 21. Outside Thomas. 14 feet away, and Denver again with the bucket.
That's an area of the court where Isaiah Thomas will kill you. He's a very good mid-range shooter.
Dallas has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. To the paint. It's tipped, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lyles.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
That one good for 2. 20 points for Smith.
Wow, that is strong production there. When Smith gets going, he's really hard to slow down.
Thomas kicks to Porter. Over your many years in the NBA, you've seen labor unrest, but per the most recent CBA, we have the potential for a decade-long stretch now of labor peace.
Yeah, and I think that's great for all sides. And you've got to recognize that some of the unrest in the past was really necessary to get to this place where we may have labor and league peace for the next decade. I mean, there's no justice without struggle. There's no smooth sailing without some bumpy sailing at times. So credit the league, the Players Association and the players for getting to this place now where the league is doing well in all measures and the game is healthy and good. But that's a team effort by all involved.
Ray, yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 6 assists now in the game. Denver shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Dallas.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win to come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight. Says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking.